9 games left for Manchester City in the title race in the Premier League, and Arsenal have 8. Both sides face relegation-threatened sides, which are providing us tricky contests both in the relegation battle and in the Premier League title race. We're going to preview this in this episode of the Nutmeg, and my name is Ayomide Sotubo. In a dramatic turn of events, we've seen a coach, Fatai Osho, assistant coach of Rivers United, leave the club, announcing it by himself that he's leaving on his Facebook page. And also in under 48 hours, he's also announced that he's returned. And that is really quite controversial. A lot must have happened in the scene, behind the scene. And of course, today, Hurrikane Andrew is here to join that conversation with me. Let me ask you, Andrew, how does a man as revered as Fatai Osho, of course, he's coached Remo Stars, he's coached Ayomide, he's a veteran on the job, respected by a lot of players. How does he announce by himself, without some official confirmation from the club themselves, announce on his personal social media page that he's leaving, and then in the next 48 hours, he then says he's going back to his family, hashtagging Rivers United? How does that happen?
That's one of the intrigues of the Nigerian Premier League, Ayo. You know, for a coach of Osho's caliber to announce on social media, not officially, that he is leaving a club like Rivers United, and then 48 hours later, less than 48 hours later, now going back and on his words, so to say, and return to the club and being welcomed back wholeheartedly by the managers of the club. This is someone who played a key role in getting this club to this level where they are right now.
Exactly.
Being an assistant, being an assistant to a coach as great as Stanley Eguma. For Eguma to even have someone like Fatai as his assistant speaks a whole lot in a place like Rivers United and in a state like Rivers State.
Interesting to note.
Yes. So for someone like Fatai to be there for 2 years now, leading the club to playing a key role in the club's title quest, playing a key role in the club's impressive performance in Africa in the CAF Confederations Cup, and now in the knockout rounds, and still with a very good chance of even retaining their title, because the way things are, they have a very good chance of making it into the playoffs.
They're now trading lobby stars.
Yeah, but they will make it to the playoffs. The fixtures favor them. The fixture list favors them. They will.
The playoff, of course, is most important in
they
this
will
new
get
format.
to the playoffs, and once they do, we begin to see the likes of Rivers United, the likes of Ayomide. If they make it to that playoff, I still see Ayomide making it there. Those are the two teams I still feel will end up winning the league title this season. Insurance, yes, but I have a feeling that insurance, they're unbeaten so far, but they're also finding it very difficult to win games these days.
They've not won in 4, they've drawn 4.
4 on the bounce, and that's a whole lot. 12 points.
Lost.
Gaining only 4. Losing 8 points. That's a whole lot. That's not the stuff of champions.
Let's switch our attentions abroad, because the big title race going on right there in England. Manchester City will face Leicester City this weekend. So will Arsenal travel to the London Stadium to face West Ham United. Both West Ham United and Leicester City are relegation threatened. But let's start with the Arsenal game against West Ham United at the London Stadium. For context sake, Andy, Arsenal need to get a win. They have 2 games before they face City. But then West Ham United have got some good players. I've got a manager who knows that if he loses this particular game, could be the end of him right there at the London Stadium. For context sake also, Arsenal have won all the London derbies they played in this season. What do you predict will happen in this weekend's clash between both sides?
You just said it. The Gunners have won all the London derbies they've been involved in this season. It's not going to be easy. It's never easy in the Premier League. But I see a situation where Arsenal go in there and get the result against West Ham United. The results they need right now is to keep winning and keep winning. Man City too have to do the same thing. Arsenal have to keep replicating every result that Man City produce. At some point, they will be hoping that, yes, a team like Man City would actually drop points it's still possible that even Arsenal will draw points.
Yeah.
But this game against West Ham United, it's a game that, yes, as much as the Hammers have no choice but to win, to keep Moyes on the job.
It's to also stay afloat.
To stay afloat. It's not certain that they might get rid of Moyes if he doesn't get a result in this game. He might still keep his job even if he doesn't get this result.
One man has got a new job, and I want us to talk about him. Dean Smith returns to the Premier League. Was Aston Villa's boss 2 years ago. Along the line, he helped them to stay on top in the Premier League in a dramatic situation. Find out the last-minute goal from Jack Grealish at the time, made sure that they stayed in the Premier League. Even up to now, they've not gone back to the Championship. And they are facing City. He's going to face City. He's going to play City with his new Leicester side, who have not had it their way this season. And of course, Man City, a lot of people say they string matches and they string wins and they can do it. They've done it before. They probably will do it again. But what are the chances of Leicester City keeping afloat in the Premier League under Dean Smith? Will they do it again as well?
It's a very possible task. But Manchester City is not the best way to start such a task. Look, the way Guardiola's juggernauts have been steamrolling past teams in the Premier League this season, you can only expect one result when they come up against Leicester City. They are going to outfox the Foxes.
Okay.
They are going to beat them. I don't know how the scoreline is going to be. I don't know what might pan out in the game. The only thing I know it will pan out is that it's going to be a Manchester City victory. And unfortunately for Smith, he's going to start that job on a very, very bad note, because I don't see how he's going to be able to motivate those players to come up with their best performance against a team like City. Yes, having a team like City as your opponent should actually bring out the best in certain things. Yes, you know all the cameras in the world are on you, the sinister eyes are on you. Okay. You just have to get those results. But look, it's coming at a very, very wrong time for Leicester City.
Yeah.
And
never easier to predict this kind of game, but we've got to that stage or to that juncture where I think that it's easier to talk about the title race. There are 9 games to go for City, and there are 8 games to go. Both sides have some very important clash in between, especially Arsenal. But at this stage, with 9 games to go for City and 8 to go for Arsenal, who wins the title?
It's not 9 games to go for City. They are still in Europe.
9 Premier League games to go, by the way.
City will most likely make it to the semi-finals of the Champions League. That's 2 more additional games.
Okay.
We're not even counting about some other cup games and other things. I still feel something tells me it's going to be Arsenal's season. Something just tells me the Gunners will keep churning out the results that they need to get this title wrapped up. And something just tells you that at some point in time, Manchester City might just
capitulate.
Not necessarily capitulate. That might not be the right term.
In the ramifications of the title race,
yeah,
it's a capitulation.
But that's just
they've won the last 4 in 5.
Exactly.
4 in 5. Yeah, so
I know some City fans out there will not want to take that, but the thing is, at this point in time, they have to pick what they want. Do they want to conquer Europe, or do they want to conquer the Premier League?
Well, who says so? Hurricane Andy says so. Thank you for being part of us in the Nutmeg today, Andy. Of course,
it's always a pleasure, my brother.
We'd love to have you some other time as well.
Definitely, anytime.
We move to the Guardian picks now. In Spain, Sevilla face Valencia. Both sides trying to avoid relegation in critical positions. Both sides have tipped to score in this particular encounter. Also, in the game between RB Leipzig and Augsburg, RB Leipzig need the points, maximum points, to seal a place in the top 4. Augsburg also trying to avoid relegation. I've gone for a goal in this one as well. There's Chelsea versus Brighton in England. But Brighton, a team also needing points in the race for European places. I've gone for a Brighton away win. And of course, Sassuolo versus Juventus is the pick in Italy. And I've gone for Juventus to win away from home. We end things in this edition of the picks with France. Paris Saint-Germain will face Lens, and both sides are involved in the title race. There's 6 points between them, and I've gone for over 2.5 goals. PSG not in convincing form. Lens have won 4 of their last 5 games. And this is how we wrap things up in this edition of the Nutmeg. Of course, you can join the community by hitting the subscribe button, and you can get our latest videos by tapping the notification bells. My name is Ayomide, but this is still the Nutmeg. See you next time.